It's about that time of day again here, folks. Welcome back to your nightly newsletter, boys and girls. Joseph James here. Wednesday evening, April 15th, 2015. In tonight's newsletter, yeah, we survived. I think I did. I got all 10 fingers and toes still. I remember the stamp this year. We survived tax day here in the U.S. Now we begin, barely, and now we begin looking forward to more trading opportunities on Thursday. Crude oil. The black gold, it rallied higher today. Relatively low volume, but that didn't stop it from pushing all the way up to test the highs of a major long-term bull channel. Well, we expect to see price come off these highs, profit taking, bargain hunting from the sellers, and we're looking to get some good trading opportunities down at the channel lows. We're also keeping a close eye on a spike in channel pattern on the price action chart from crude oil futures that kicked off the rally today just after inventories came out. Really big clues we're seeing here for some seller targets who want to sell off these highs. How about gold? The yellow metal, gold futures, also very similar to crude this evening. Very bullish, low volume move all the way up to the channel highs where we expect to see profit taking and an attempt to move back towards the channel lows. Now sellers, you guys are looking to scalp this back lower while buyers stay patient to wait for another round of opportunities to buy the lows of this channel as we go back below 1200. Boy, oh boy, as you can see, we have a great newsletter in store for you guys and gals this evening. Plenty of trading opportunities on the way for tomorrow. Before we begin, though, please remember, I teach all of our students here at School of Trade how to create these charts and how to profit from these charts every day in real time in our live trade room and as a member here at School of Trade. Also, make sure you're watching this video on our trading blog here at sidewaysmarkets.com. We're just a few ticks away from hitting 2 million views on Sideways Markets. Who's going to be the first one to get over 2 million? There are 3 reasons why you should be watching this video on our trading blog right now. First of all, you can download all the charts I'm going to use tonight. All the charts you'll see me using in tonight's video, you can download all those charts right below by clicking on that link below the video. Second thing here, I have a free pass for you guys and gals to come out and join me in my live trade room. If you're a brand new trader, if you're not a member of School of Trade and you're curious, what does it feel like to be a member here at School of Trade? How do we use these newsletter charts every day in our trade room? I would love to give you a rundown, show you what it looks like to be inside of our trade room. We've got a free pass for you, upper left-hand corner. And of course, the third thing here, we have a nightly newsletter mailing list. Every evening, right about 8 p.m. Eastern Time, I publish my newsletter at the end of my day here at the corporate headquarters in Los Angeles. I'd like to send you an email so you never have to miss another newsletter report ever again. All I need is your name and your email address, and I'll stick you on that nightly newsletter mailing list. Now, guys, if you join the mailing list or if you grab the free pass, don't forget, I'm going to send you a verification email. Please make sure to check your inbox, check your outbox, your spam, your junk. Make sure you find that verification email so you can give me approval to send you our nightly newsletter every evening. Alrighty, ready to rock and roll? Boy, pretty low volume tax day until this afternoon, and then all hell broke loose. Crude kept pushing higher, gold kept pushing higher. As I always say, when the cat's away, the mice will play, and today was a really good example of how low volume can really result in some real dramatic moves just when you don't think anyone's watching. Let's start here with gold. Gold is bullish this evening after pushing back above the 1200 big round number. We're coming off this short-term bull channel highs, and we expect to see the sellers take price back down to the lows, right? So we know that price channel here, we have a major channel out here, but this major channel, you can see down at the bottom here, this major channel here, a little bit too early to call the move going all the way back up. That will be a little bit ridiculous, a little bit too early right now. We do have a short-term, though, bull channel here. And, of course, the way markets work, they're going to go from low to high to low to high to low to high until something interrupts them, right? Political announcement, economic news. We got a handful of economic news tomorrow morning, jobless claims tomorrow morning here in the U.S. But bottom line is, though, we would expect now this price to want to come back down to retest its channel lows. So sellers, you guys have a chance here to scalp your way lower right now. Buyers, definitely be careful buying right now. You want to be waiting for that price to come back down, right? We get the 96.4, the BMT. We get the 94, the 91.5, and then possibly all the way back down here to the 1188 area. Bottom line, though, is sellers, you guys have an easy selling opportunity here right now. Buyers, stay patient. Wait for it to make its move back off that low. Look for the reversal pattern coming off that low, little trend line break, new swing high, right? Or just wait for it to make the turn and then buy those dips, right? Use those continuation patterns to follow that trend. If you do get a chance here to sell off these highs, you got 1,200 on the way down, and then if you grab it on the way back up, 1,200 as we go right back up again, right? So keep using that 1,200 as a good target until this stops working. All right, guys, that's my larger picture look at this, though. Let's zoom in a little bit closer here. Let's get a little bit more intimate with this yellow metal here today. Here's that channel we were talking about. This is a price action chart of gold futures, right? Same market, same contract month. This is just a different look at this chart. This is, of course, a tick chart here, a 1400 tick chart. So gold price action is bullish this evening. Again, we know that already. Price tests all the way, and notice what's happened here. We've tested the long-term channel and the short-term channel on this chart. Now, the long-term channel on this chart is really just the short-term channel on the prior chart. Keep that in mind. So, with a test of the highs of both of these channels, there's, again, under normal conditions, price will rotate back and forth, going from low to high, high to low, low to high, high to low, right, until something changes it. So we look at the big major channel on this chart. Again, this is a minor channel, a larger time frame chart. We look at this major channel and we see we start down at the lows, up to the highs, back to the lows, up to the highs, right? So it's natural now that price will try to gravitate towards the lows. That's why we have this target for sellers. And again, we will definitely be then looking for another round of buying opportunities if we can get down around that 92.6 to 88.7 area. Now, another thing to consider here is if you're a seller. If you're a seller, don't forget you have a short-term channel. And this is always an interesting way to think about it, right? There are two ways to get short. I can look for a selling pattern, right? A sell setup, a bearish setup, which is a little bit difficult to find in a bull trend like this. What's the other way to get short? Wait for the buyers to fail. Where do we think the buyers would fail? Probably somewhere near the lows of this bull channel, this little short-term bull channel. So we would assume here the buyers try to buy the lows, and if they fail, right, that's going to be the best opportunity for you sellers to sink your teeth into something as we go back down, right? Take a bit of profit off here at 98s, and then I would imagine once we get below this area here, right, those sellers will take full control here and we'll end up retesting that low. And then, of course, the buyers here who've been staying patient to wait to buy at a discounted price, they'll come in, right, and scoop this up, and we'll look for more buying opportunities, right? So stay patient for the buying opportunities on gold down to the lows of this long-term channel. Okay, and also sellers, keep an eye out for those buyers to fail around the moving average, around the channel lows, basically anywhere you see some support here, right? So you got a moving average, a channel low, heck, you even have this little midline. See this little midline in here? Even that little midline will act as support. When that fails, right, that's another opportunity to get short. The reason why these buyer failure opportunities work so well is because it's fueled by the stops getting run, right? The buyers come in, they try to buy a little bit too prematurely, a little bit too high up in the range here. When they get forced out of the market, what happens? They get stopped out, and that executes a market order to sell short. That's what pushes that price down so quickly when the buyers try and the buyers fail. So remember, easy way to sell in an uptrend, or should I say the safest, most effective way to sell in an uptrend is to wait for the buyers at inappropriate areas, right? Like at the low of this short-term channel, right, to wait to buy and fail, right? Smart buyers are waiting to take a nibble down here at the 92, 94 area, down at the lows of that bull channel. Don't forget, we'll be trading this in real time tomorrow morning in our live trade room. I have no idea where this is going to go. We expect to have a little bit of a low volume finish of the week before we finally kick off a brand new week here, kind of shrugging off this tax day and getting better volume here going forward. So we're looking at this tomorrow morning in real time. Come out and see me, and we'll give you guys updated guidance on the yellow metal. How about the crude? Crude is bullish. Yeah, just a little bit bullish. We knew there was potential for this, boy, and it just straight took off. And we even got a build on the inventory report. It was really incredible. So crude oil bullish after yet another low volume rally off a lower than expected inventory report. It wasn't even a negative number. It just wasn't as bad as they were expecting. It really shows you how perception and speculation really move these markets around. Reality does not have much of a place in crude oil futures these days. That's all right. We'll take it, right? It's how the business works. So we're coming back off these highs. You can see long-term channel and short-term channel. And boy, at first glance, you would think this is almost the same chart as we saw in gold, right? It's very similar. We have a long-term channel coming off those highs. We have a short-term channel. Kind of tough to find that short-term channel, but when you found the midline really lined it up very nicely here. So we're coming off the highs of both the long-term and the short-term channel. We do still have a little bit more room to go. You'll notice if you look at the larger measured move on this, we actually do have more room to go a little bit through 57.15. So although I don't expect it to happen, the low volume we've seen this week, just like I said yesterday, don't be surprised if it tries to make one more run up, overshoots that channel high a little bit, tags that 57.15 area, and then makes its descent off these highs here. So we're coming off the bull channel highs. We expect to see profit taking. We expect to see some bargain hunters selling at these highs. But you know, the low volume really gives it a little bit of an opening here for those buyers try to run it right up and get to that 57, which they hadn't quite got to yet today. 57.15 would be where I'd be looking for the buyers to start failing if they do make another run up. So sellers, what's our option up here? Our option right now, just like on gold, in a bull channel, in a bullish trend like this, our best option to be selling is to find areas, minor areas of support, where you can look for buyers to take a swing at it and fail. You know there's going to be a reversion of the mean. Okay, $54, 54 and change. That would be the reversion of the mean target. Okay, back to the BMT. You know, like I said before, the natural price action inside of a channel is going to go from high to low to high to low to high, back down to low. So you know you're going to get a couple swings, chances here to sell short, possibly all the way back down to the major channel low. Right now, though, if you're a bear, you're definitely looking for those buyers to try and fail. That's going to be the easiest money you're going to make as they get stopped out. And of course, keep an eye on that trend line, this little midline here, right? This midline will definitely be a little bit of support here, right? Look for the midline to try and fail. Look for a retest of the moving average on the way down. And I would say if you're a seller, you got a great target waiting for you down here around 54.26. Again, around that 54 even area, because that's back at the minor channel lows. If you're a buyer right now, you've really got to be careful here being a buyer up at these highs. You know, you might make some money once in a while trying to be a buyer at the highs, but overall, historically speaking, you're really going to have a difficult time making consistent profit over long term. So buyers, you really got to stay patient and wait to buy at the lows of this channel. But be careful here. If we don't see the buyers step in here, if we don't see some support, if we don't see the reaction from those buyers engaging here, we may end up gravitating all the way back down here to where this party really kicked off this week, which puts us back down at these major channel lows. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this. We know that the first stop should be back to 54, 54E, 54.15, 54.25 area. If we don't see the buyers engage here, right, if we do, we'll start buying it right back up again. But if we don't see these buyers engage here, though, we know pretty much where this price is likely to go here as we finish the move back down to our bull channel lows. Remember, bullish trend, easiest way to get short, look for the buyers to try and fail. And don't forget, we'll be watching this stuff in real time tomorrow morning in our live trade room. Come out and see me. Finishing up here on the price action chart of crude oil. Price action also looking very bullish, pulling back off the highs of this long-term channel. Now here's where we have a nice clue here, and this really starts to give us a little bit more detail, right? We're getting a little more intimate now with what happened today. These tick charts give us a little bit more of a look inside each candlestick. So here's what I see right now. The inventory report today started out right about there, right about 10:30, right? It was really a sleeper, a range-bound sleeper here until we got through 10:30. Then literally at 10:30, we had a little bit of volume come in, but it was just pretty much low volume all morning here. And if you look at the volume analysis, I didn't bother wasting time with it this evening because it didn't confirm up at these highs. Now, again, we've had low volume all week, so that's not a very reliable clue here right now. What is a reliable clue, though, is the spike in channel. So here's what we expect. With that spike, and then this kind of lackadaisical channel, right? That's what kind of gives it away. This is the best way to trade news, is to look for those spike in channels. You're not going to trade the news. You're going to wait for the news to spike, and then the reaction of that news gives you a channel, right? You keep buying the low of that channel on the way up, right? We talked about that today in our live trade room. Well, coming off of these highs here now, we've slipped back below the moving average. And look what we see here. Here we have a midline. This midline is clearly acting as very responsive support here. If we slip below this midline, sellers can definitely be looking for an A, B, C, D, a measured move going back down to that channel low. But again, just like I said before, keep an eye out for these buyers here. If they don't get a handle on this, we will see this price go right back to the beginning of that spike in channel. Spike in channels are great patterns when they fail because they usually return us right back to where that spike began. Okay, don't forget, we talked about this today. We'll look at it again tomorrow in real time when we open up our live trade room. Buyers right now, if you're a bull right now on crude oil, you're a little aggressive buying at this midline right now, a little bit aggressive buying at the midline right now. You could do it. Just make sure you wait to see the turn and make sure you get a reliable signal here. Like I said, I think we do have potential to go up one more leg to get to that 57.15, that measured move. But I'll tell you, what normally happens here, though, is we go on a big run like this. We run up relatively low volume all the way to test the highs of that channel. We're not guessing here. This is a pretty reliable spot here, that trend line at the highs here. So the best place to look for more buying opportunities here is going to be a measured move down around these channel lows. It may even break that channel and then make the move up. But we definitely know, though, if you're a bull right now on the Texas T, if you're a bull right now on crude oil, you really got to be patient here to wait to buy down near that 55 area and then get that next push up to 57. Tomorrow morning, we'll be trading this all in real time with our students here at School of Trade. I want to invite you guys out to come out and see me tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Don't forget, if you're not a member here at School of Trade yet and you'd like to get some more information about what it feels like to be a student, we have the best free trial in the business. We provide our clients with a career in the financial markets. We're not gamblers. We're not trying to get rich quick. We have proven and profitable strategies. I've been using this stuff for over a decade here. We're the longest running trading school on the planet. We got 3 levels of membership, and we always have someone standing by to help you 24/7, 365. Guys and gals, congratulations. You made it through tax day. It's been a little bit of a low volume, rough and tumble week here so far. Tomorrow we begin to turn the corner, right? Assuming folks actually wake up tomorrow morning to their alarm clock. I know tax day could be a pretty nasty day for everybody, kind of rushing to get things done at the last minute. So take a deep breath. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Rest up. Be well out there. Be nice to each other. I'll see you guys 8 a.m. tomorrow morning in my trade room. If you're coming out and joining me here on the trial tomorrow, I'm looking forward to teaching you more during the trial. And I'll see you guys back same time, same place tomorrow night for my newsletter, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. My name is Joseph. What a beautiful day here in Los Angeles, California. Hope it's a beautiful day where you are. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye for now.